All right, 4 o'clock on this Tuesday. Good morning to you, and thank you so much for waking up with us right here on the PIX11 Morning News. I'm Vanessa Freeman. Craig does have the morning off. Let's get you going with a look outside and a check of your weather and traffic. We got Alexa Farrow watching the roads and the rails, and meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden with our Tuesday forecast. Good morning, ladies.
Yes, good morning. Good morning. Is it a good morning? Kind of, sort of,
some raindrops hitting my windshield.
I know.
This weather, it's testing us.
Yeah, depends on where you are, of course. I mean, some areas are getting those light sprinkles, light drizzle moving across the area. If you are on Long Island, particularly Suffolk and even Nassau County for that matter, it's a little bit drier in comparison to what's happening out west. Why? Well, we have the winds coming off of the water, so it's a little bit more stable. Further east you go, further west you go, greater chance for those showers. It's not really going to hinder you from getting to where you need to get to, but of course it is a nuisance. The roads are a little damp, so be careful. Temperatures right now, very similar to yesterday, maybe minus or plus a degree in spots. Upper 50s where we were this time yesterday. Montgomery, low 60s. New York City, Islip coming in at 64. You do need a light sweater or a light jacket just to play it safe. Or even if you want to whip out the rain jacket, you can, because it is quite unsettled with the winds in the single digits for the time being, and visibility also down. That's something that we're going to be tracking as well. We'll send it over to Alexa Farrow for a look at traffic.
Back in 2021. All right, so he took the year off to just clean out his system, maybe. Just to like regulate things.
I think you need a little bit more than a year for that.
Have a meat alternative.
It is too early to see people stuffing their faces with hot dogs, okay?
Get ready. 4th of July is right around the corner.
Yeah, I've covered that event. I tell you, I didn't even eat a hot dog, and I was stuffed.
After seeing it, yeah.
Just seeing it. Yes, well, you know what? I know a lot of folks want to have their barbecue grills out this weekend. Guess what? It looks like it's going to be the first weekend in a while that we are rain-free, if everything holds up, because you know weather changes moment to moment, day to day, and we'll bring you the latest. Temperatures in the upper 60s, low 70s right now. Kennedy at 71, Islip at 7. Oh, actually, this is yesterday's temperatures. What am I doing? All right, 69 Central Park, 68 LaGuardia. So we did struggle to get to 70, as was what we reported yesterday. When you look at temperature outlook so far, we are at a deficit by a smidgen, 0.7 below. Okay, so in terms of temperatures, actually in terms of rainfall, we're going to get to that later on, but I want to stick with temperatures right now. We're in the 60s, upper 50s elsewhere. I promise I'll get it together. Just give me a second. 63 degrees, Farmingdale, 61 White Plains, 60 in East Hampton. And remember, that stable layer that we talked about is just adding that stability to Nassau, Suffolk County. So you'll find that the further east you go, things are kind of on the drier side. The further west you go, you run into that light mist, light drizzle, light shower kind of deal. And then for this afternoon, the same deal. Temperatures will again struggle. Upper 60s, low 70s. This is below average. We'll have some fog. We'll have some rain. We'll have some drizzle. Plenty of cloud cover on top of that. And staying unsettled even into the overnight. So have the umbrella handy. You never know when you need it. This is all courtesy of this pattern that we've been stuck in. We talked about that quasi-stationary front. It being almost stationary, it's allowing for things to kind of be intermittent. So what's going to happen here on out, we have a warm front that is arriving for tomorrow. Not only will it bring those temperatures up, it will also bring in the chance for some more showers and storms, particularly later in the day tomorrow. So that's something that we're going to be watching. Heavy downpours could lead to some ponding. We can't rule out thunderstorms, gusty winds, all that jazz. As we head into Thursday, kind of like a repeat scenario, the chance of showers and storms yet again along that frontal boundary. We're going to be tracking it as well. We'll let you know if there's any severe weather that comes out of this. Then we dry out for the weekend. It looks like, check it out. We'll be at around 70 today, a big jump tomorrow, kind of where we should be. And then Juneteenth looks good. Again, late day or evening shower or storm. And it looks like we clear out for the weekend. And guess what? We're talking about some pretty hot and humid conditions for next week. More on that coming up. Alexa.
The official start of summer, Stacy Ann. Finally some summer weather for it, too. All right, we're going to take a look here at the RFK.
That building. PIX11's Greg Maka reports from Manhattan's Upper West Side. is returning to the Apollo stage. We're sitting down with the star one-on-one to get the scoop on her one-woman show. But first on this Tuesday
is a good view. You can see Tudor City right there, the Tudor Hotel. It's not foggy just yet, but in some places it is. Right now, temperatures, what it is looking like, it's about to go up. We'll have more on that big bump coming up after the break. I grabbed my sweater, definitely a plus for you if you want to bring that along with the umbrella. Here's a look at your visibility around the area. We'll have more on this and the big warm up that's in store. Let's send it over to Alexa Farrell now.
Monica Morales, PIX11 News.
What an icon, what a legend. And just like she said, we are going to keep smiling and keep shining in spite of what things look like outside. Alexa. Stacy Ann.
The sun will be shining before you know it. Just,
today?
You know, not necessarily today.
Is that why you wore the yellow, to bring some sunshine?
Yeah, but that's what we're going with.
We needed
it.
Keep shining.
We are waiting. I know. We are waiting on this sun to come out, and it's taking forever. Don't worry. Rest assured, you're probably going to want to come back to days like this by next week when the heat is on and you need the AC blasting. All right, so yesterday's rainfall totals, not a whole lot. Tracy Mountain in some cases, Islip Kennedy, a little bit more, Central Park. 0.15 inches of rain, so a little bit more than a trace. We're still at a deficit though, so the rain is certainly needed when you look at the month of June. A few showers moving through north and west especially. That's where it's coming from. It's stretching further east as it does though. It kind of like almost dries up a little bit, and that's because of that marine layer that we talked about, bringing in a little bit of that stability. But have the umbrella handy, or you'll need it at some point, and we could be talking about showers and storms even for tomorrow, by tomorrow evening into early Thursday, and then a rinse and repeat for Thursday evening into Friday. So this is what we have right now. Those showers moving through. We talked about the potential for some steady rain, even the potential for pockets of heavier downpours. Not going to be long-lived. It'll be short-lived, a little bit of a break. And it looks like the sun wants to come out in Somerset County around the 5 o'clock hour. Not sure. It's not going to be consistent. It's not going to be like bright sunshine that's going to last for the rest of the time before the sun sets. Another round of showers moving through the area for tonight, and this is what it looks like tomorrow morning if you're traveling north and west of the city, particularly Hudson Valley, Sullivan, Orange, Putnam, down toward Rockland and Westchester County. There could be some heavy downpours to have to contend with at that moment, and even some rumbles of thunder not out of the question. Then we're nice and dry. This is when the sunshine will start to return, but then by the time we get to around the 5 o'clock hour, again, into the evening hours, those potential for severe weather. Right now, a slight chance of that, but showers and storms expected. Heavy downpours could lead to some ponding as we head into Thursday. A nice dry one for Juneteenth, but later in the day, late afternoon, early evening, the threat continues. And then the rest of the week into the weekend, for the most part, looks okay. I know it looks like we have a whole lot going on, but for your Friday, even Saturday, it looks like the rain will stay north and west of the city. Here are a whole lot, but there is a chance for those showers and storms to maybe slow things down a bit. But apart from that, you know, temperatures in the 60s. Bring a light jacket. A cover up will definitely keep you nice and cozy. And for the overnight, we are in the 60s. There's a look at your 3-day. We'll have a closer look at the breakdown. Sending it over to you, Alexa. A warm beverage and make it a good one and a safe one. We'll be right back.
21. So hopefully he can do it again. 5:18. I tell you, hot dogs, all the comfort food, it's so dangerous, especially on a day like today.
Oh, yeah.
Because all you want is the sweet and the savory and the carby.
Yeah, I think like a mac and cheese.
Oh, yeah.
I've been craving, I told you, acai bowls for the last few weeks.
Not with this weather.
You're going to turn into an acai bowl.
I know. I think I am. And now I need a break. But my son is like, can we get acai on my last day of school this week?
Oh.
That's the treat.
So it's going to be a perfect treat with the temperatures eventually warming and everything clearing up. Right now we're stuck in this pattern, and I would go for like a ramen noodle type of situation. Yeah. All right, so upper 50s, low 60s, 63 New York City, as well as Farmingdale, 61 White Plains, 58 Montgomery. So a little bit cooler areas north and west. So that's something that we're going to be tracking. And we're going to have a little help from Joe, my extraordinaire weather producer, because this is not advancing for some reason. Don't know why. But either way, it's going to be one of those days where it's quite unsettled. You definitely want to make sure you allow plenty of extra travel time. The roads are just a little bit on the wet side. And also, we're looking at the potential for more showers and storms in the forecast. So that's something that we're going to be tracking. She has got a closer look at what you need to know before you go.
All right, Stacy Ann, thank you so much. The weather a little wonky out there today, right? With the computer.
We see Busta, we see Pamela Anderson,
Some
big names. And it looks funny, like we said.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. I vaguely remember like just seeing, I know the guy who starred in the original, but I just don't know the movie. But I know this is going to be a good one.
Yeah,
Nice
1988. Paging Craig Treadway.
Yeah, right.
Our lifeline, who's enjoying himself right now.
Craig is.
Yeah,
And he's hopefully on a beach somewhere. I did see him post some pictures.
Yeah.
The
of his feet.
audacity of him.
Yeah. He posts
Beachside.
feet pictures.
Sunshine.
Tropical oasis to this. All right, so here's what is happening. Now, as promised, we have your 7-day forecast, but I just wanted to show you this first off. Satellite and radar showing those showers moving through. It's like the pesky nuisance showers, but don't get too comfortable. I mean, this can still be quite treacherous as you make your way out, so that's something that we're going to be tracking for you. Plenty of clouds blanketing our sky, and that's going to be the case. Here,
You watch history? We're mind control.
Were you recently electrocuted?
Introducing genre packs starting at $34.99.
Well, I, for one, am intrigued.
form at like nuisance, pesky type of showers moving across the area. So budget your time accordingly. Winds out of the east, and eventually it will switch gears, becoming more southeasterly. Factor that into your day. You want to bring a light jacket or a light rain jacket with the umbrella. Have that handy. There is the culprit, the stationary front just off to our south. That high has already moved out. It's weakening as we speak. It was kind of just off to our north and east yesterday. So we're dealing with those showers still continuing. Not too far behind, there's a warm front. That warm front will bring us warmer air and, yes, more rain. So here's the deal. This is what it looks like for your morning commute. So pretty much throughout your morning commute, those light showers picking up. There may be some tiny little areas where you may notice a little brief downpour, but all in all, the consensus is light showers, maybe even a drizzle. It gets a little bit mistier as we head further east, north and west of the city. By around the 5 o'clock hour, there could be some more rolling through, but that's when much of our area will get a break. But then tonight, close to midnight, figure after 11 p.m., we have another round coming through. Very unsettled during the pre-dawn hours. That could mean heavy downpours. Can't rule out some rumbles of thunder along with that. And then winds are still coming off the water here, that onshore flow, adding a little bit of stability, but it's not going to keep us completely dry at the present time. This is what I'm talking about. Breaks in the clouds, Sussex County, parts of Orange County around the 9 o'clock hour tomorrow morning. So yes, we'll see the sun come out, but we'll also see clouds return later in the day, late day, evening showers on tap, especially across New Jersey. Look at how heavy it gets across Monmouth, even Ocean counties. That line, we're going to pay close attention to that, because embedded in that particular cell, we could be seeing some heavy downpours along with strong gusty winds. Some of it could be damaging, we'll see, but it's late night Wednesday into Thursday, and then Thursday looks pretty good. Bulk of the day for Juneteenth will be okay, but it's later in the afternoon and evening that we could see those heavy downpours, and this does have the potential to be severe, because look at it, winds out of the west-southwest pumping in that moisture, that heat from the south. And then Friday doesn't really look wet, may start off that way, and a few showers to our north and west. The rest of your 7-day outlook looks pretty dry, and it's going to heat up too. We're talking heat and humidity making a return. Could be dangerous too. We'll talk more about that. Let's talk traffic with Alexa Farrell. All right, you need to know to get you out the door. We'll send it over to Alexa Farrell.
All right,
Cast on this Tuesday.
It reminds me of a scene out of Spider-Man. All right, so here's what's happening. Okay, dismal start. Obviously. Take your time, give it some extra time. Don't forget the rain gear. We'll have a closer look at the extended big one on the way after the break.
It's Tuesday morning. Good morning to you. I'm Justin Finch, and I'm reading for Vanessa.
No worries. Vanessa Freeman. Let's get you going. As you saw, it's a little dreary out there, but we got what you need to get going on this Tuesday. Starting with a big story. So authorities say no one owns the streets after taking down gang members who claim to control a notorious stretch of a popular roadway. What they're accused of doing.
And a man accused of vandalizing a church right in front of parishioners the mass police say he left behind.
And celebrating the history of cannoli and why you may be saying it wrong.
Oh, it's not. Is it like cannoli or is it? You gotta
Do
put
you
some
know
accent
in Italian?
Cannoli, right? Cannoli.
Cannoli.
Is it missing this? You have
I
to
love a cannoli.
I didn't
Same.
know it was cheese until like. I mean, recently as in my adult years, but it's cheese.
Yeah.
I didn't know
And
that for a
fried
while.
dough.
And fried
It is?
dough.
No, that I knew.
You're like, really?
But
it's
putting
so
chocolate chips in there.
good.
It's
So
so good.
good.
And you have to have it freshly piped.
Oh,
Don't
yes,
give me
absolutely.
a cannoli that's been sitting there for 10 minutes, okay?
You can taste the
Soggy,
difference.
too. It has to be crunchy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, it's funny, you
Yeah.
and Alexa in these bright colors, because if you were not wearing them up against these boards today,
I
it would be
know.
hard to make you out.
Blend right.
Yeah, you guys got the memo for sure.
She's like sky,
And
clouds,
sun.
sun.
Yeah.
Turquoise, that's water.
Ocean.
And I'm the cloud.
That's
I'm the rain. Yeah.
You see, we all contribute something to this forecast. All right, so I got some wet roads. We've been talking about that. Look at that guy. Nice. He bought his umbrella. That's because he listened to us. And he said, all right, let me bring my umbrellas. And Stacy Ann's been drilling in my head for the past, I don't know how many hours. All right, so we have a statement. This is a dense fog statement, not an advisory, but just to give you an idea, we have a locally dense fog. Normally, if it's less than a quarter of a mile, they put it out, but maybe it's not widespread enough. But here are areas where you have to watch out for. May not be the 5 boroughs, but still, we saw moments ago that the Manhattan skyline, look at that, 1.75 miles. That's almost 2-mile visibility. That's enough for you to be advised, okay? 6-mile visibility, Brookhaven, Farmingdale, less than a quarter, White Plains, a quarter of a mile in Danbury. So definitely do your due diligence as you make your way out. You just saw the radar there. We have those nuisance showers coming through. It's light for the most part. Temperatures is still holding steady in the upper 50s, low 60s. Eventually, we'll see things climb to about 70 degrees. And then the big warm-up gets underway starting tomorrow. We'll talk about that. Let's send it over to Alexa.
All right, Stacey.
Anticipate the sun returning. It did try yesterday. It really didn't succeed. Kind of the same situation here where we're dealing with an abundant cloud cover. We have that statement by the National Weather Service saying, you know what? There is going to be some fog, so maybe less than a quarter of a mile in some spots, so be careful. And that's why we put out the statement for you to be careful. 63 degrees, now we're going up. Speaking of the visibility, we're down 1.25 miles, even less than where we were the last half hour. Less than a quarter of a mile in White Plains, 1 in Caldwell, 1 in Danbury as well. So it's not as bad farther east, but even still, just be careful out there. 57, that's your AQI right now. And here's a quick peek. Oh, we froze for a second. Here's a quick peek at what to expect later on today. We'll send it over to Alexa Farrell with traffic.
All right, Stacy Ann is.
And our traffic. We've got Julie Millay standing by with more on your Thursday morning commute. It's already heating up out there, Julie.
Oh, yeah. We got some things to talk about on the Y.
All right. And meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden in the house.
I know it all too well. Was stuck on quite some time yesterday.
I heard all about it this morning.
Yes, I gave him an earful. All right, thank you so much, guys. Satellite and radar dry conditions. We had a few spotty sprinkles try to materialize, but guess what? It didn't, because that cold front that came through just dissipated. As it dissipated, so did the showers. Upper 50s, low 60s, 62 New York City, 61 if you're in Farmingdale, 60 in Islip, and notice some 40s in the mix. So that's going to be kind of like the scenario scattered around. And it looks like a greater chance, as you can see, eastern end of Long Island. Normally it's interior sections. Let me tell you, by next week, there could be some temperature readings in not just the 40s, but upper 30s, especially further inland. We'll talk about that as we get closer, but right now dew point temperatures are in the 50s. It's nice, it's comfortable, it's not sticky, and then our current wind speeds are pretty light, so do go out and enjoy. Because the winds are so light, by the way, there may be some fog in some areas, so I'll take a closer look at that. Here's a look at your planner. We'll send it over to Julie Millay now, where there are some problems on the LIE.
The 17th. This is when you know the holidays are upon us.
Yes.
Disney on Ice.
Yes, got to check it out.
Yeah. All right, let's get a quick look at our weather with meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden.
I remember taking Anastasia back in the day.
Did she love
Those
it?
are great memories.
She loved it, but then it was just like after a few minutes, okay, what are we doing now?
Right, that's how they are. It holds them for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, but she
You can't
exactly.
take kids to watch people skating without them wanting to get on the ice themselves.
Yeah.
That too. Yeah, she was all about that. Well, you know, no ice skating here, no freezing temperatures just yet, but you know, we had some pretty chilly conditions, as we mentioned, eastern Long Island, some 40s already. 62 degrees, plenty of cloud cover, humidity at 62%. Winds are pretty light. There may be some patchy fog in spots as those temperatures cool to the dew point. And we're also expecting to see a little bit more coloring over the course of the next several weeks in the New York City area. Right now we have partial coloring, as you can see, highlighted here in orange. And eastern Long Island, even Nassau, Suffolk, parts of Queens, we have patchy coloring. And notice that coming in as well. You have to head further north for a little bit more pop of color for leaf peepers out there. And your average peak coloring around the New York City metro area is, of course, in early October. So a great time to see it this weekend. Let's take a look at the next 3 days. I mean, it's apple picking, pumpkin picking season now, and it looks like a great weekend to do just that. Julie, we'll send it over to you.
Stacy Ann, thank you.
Oh, wait. I just saw a sign there. Wait a minute.
that?
Play
What does
that
it say?
back. It said Vanessa.
Yeah.
What?
And it said it, too, while you guys were talking.
Wow.
Your name spelled correctly and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and your
That
birthday was
is
just like,
so
last
cool.
week.
Yeah.
Oh, my God,
Very
that Kevin
cool.
Bacon.
Well, why shouldn't she be first, right?
Of course. He
Very
is quite the
cool.
character, though. You know, he likes oatmeal with eggs in it. Which
What?
is weird. Yeah.
How do you know that?
Because I was actually working with him on a story, like not a story, but on a show. And we were in the dressing room getting ready. And I was like, what are you eating? And he was like, oatmeal. I said, and he's like, with eggs. I was like, in it? He's like, yeah. It was so bizarre.
Wow.
6 degrees of separation,
Yeah.
Stacy and Kevin
Very-
Bacon.
Yeah.
They closed
And
it.
you.
And me,
And
apparently.
you.
Now I'm
Oh,
in
my
the
gosh.
Loop. I'm in
Oh,
the
man.
loop. But hopefully a gift for everyone today, the weather. Hopefully
Yes.
we got something nice in store.
Yes, we do, because we got some milder temperatures. It's really going to start to feel like spring, but don't get too comfortable, because the chill will be back before you know it. Some of the chilliest temperatures, too, by next week that we've experienced so far this season. So dry conditions, wider view of things, and we have high pressure that's in control now. There's a cold front that came through that did kind of dissipate. We have another one not too far behind this high. It's going to allow for that return flow. That south-southwesterly wind will be picking up and pumping in some milder air. Right now, not so mild. A cool start, upper 50s, low 60s, 46. Quite the chill in West Hampton. That's for sure. Here's a look at our precipitation futurecast. And as you can see, there's 65 by this afternoon or late morning, early afternoon. By noon, we'll be at around 71. We'll top out in the low 70s across the city. Some areas may struggle to get there a bit, especially south-facing shores. We'll see may struggle to get to 70, but there's a good chance nonetheless. So we figure low to mid 70s across the New York City metro area into New Jersey. Cooler in other locations, but still really nice. And then another treat as we head into tomorrow. Maybe a spot shower as another front comes through tonight into Saturday, or rather Friday night into Saturday, I should say. But much of the action will stay north. Another system approaching early next week, late Sunday into Monday, and that could spell a few showers in the early morning hours. Now let's take a look at the winds. Switching gears, becoming more south-southwesterly by this afternoon, hence the reason why we have milder temperatures arriving. Winds will stay pretty light, though, at times a light breeze. Here's a look at your set, but there may be some locations in the 40s, and guess what? I'm seeing some inland temperatures maybe in the upper 30s. For this rain, it's not coming. Don't you worry. You don't even need a raincoat or a rain jacket or umbrella for that matter. I'll tell you when, but you can count on some sun, so you need the sunglasses. We'll have more after the break.
Can you handle this, baby? Can you handle this?
NYc coming in at 60. So if you're in Rockland County, a cool start, get the jacket, you'll need it. Maybe something a little bit heavier. You could make out the bluish contouring there. That's indicative of temperatures that are cooler. Low 60s across much of the New York City metro area, and further east you go, it's much cooler. As you can see, a big jump in some locations. Well, not so much, but either side. We have 5 degrees warmer in Danbury, White Plains, and we're 4 degrees cooler in Brookhaven, even cooler further east. There's a look at your visibilities across the area. We'll show you if that changes. We'll send it back over to Julie Millay now with traffic.
The PIX11.
Doing any of that? Ooh, you good to go. But get Dan to do it? Okay, Craig says get Dan to do it. I hope Dan is watching or listening. All right, well, thanks so much, guys. Headlines, mixture of sun and clouds today. More in the way of sunshine. We've been stuck in the clouds. We're finally getting rid of some of that, courtesy of a high-pressure system. Temperatures will be slightly warmer today, so enjoy. And then through the weekend, above normal temperatures. Next chance for real rain. I say real rain is early Monday, and that's because late tomorrow night into Saturday, there is a cold front that'll be approaching and sliding through, but maybe a sprinkle or two, really hit or miss, and very slim chance of that. So mainly dry conditions until then, until early Monday. So there's that cold front that I'm talking about for tomorrow, and that's going to continue to advance. Upper 50s, low 60s Orient, but you know, West Hampton, remember we talked about that being in the 40s, just a heads up there. Depending on where you are, you may need a heavier jacket for sure. 62 New York City, something lighter will suffice. 60 in Somerville, 58 Montgomery. Afternoon temperatures low to mid 70s. I mean, mainly low 70s across much of the area. A little bit cooler as you head south. But if you're in New Jersey, Somerset, Middlesex County, even down in toward Monmouth, Ocean counties, maybe not so much Monmouth because it's closer to the coast. Speaking of which, there is a coastal advisory in parts of New Jersey. It looks like Ocean County until 3 p.m. now. Just a heads up. Overnight temperatures back down into the 50s, 60 Weehawken, and looking ahead, there's that cold front that I talked about late Friday night into early Saturday. A few sprinkles mainly north, though. And then this is the front we're really watching that could spell a few showers for that morning commute on Monday. And it's also going to be followed up with cooler conditions. Taking a look now, low to mid, even upper 70s between now and Saturday. Cooler conditions closer to where we should be on Sunday. And then temperatures really getting cool as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. A chilly start by Wednesday. We'll send it over to Julie now.
Stacy Ann, thank you so much. 4:50, we're going to take a live look here at your Cross Bronx Expressway. Nice and quiet out there, just the way we like it, dark and early this morning. Moving along now to 95, we do have construction to let you know about. This is between exit 15 and exit 11.
Doing any of that? Ooh, you good to go. But get Dan to do it? Okay, Craig says get Dan to do it. I hope Dan is watching or listening. All right, well, thanks so much, guys. Headlines, mixture of sun and clouds today. More in the way of sunshine. We've been stuck in the clouds. We're finally getting rid of some of that, courtesy of a high-pressure system. Temperatures will be slightly warmer today, so enjoy. And then through the weekend, above normal temperatures. Next chance for real rain. I say real rain is early Monday, and that's because late tomorrow night into Saturday, there is a cold front that'll be approaching and sliding through, but maybe a sprinkle or two, really hit or miss, and very slim chance of that. So mainly dry conditions until then, until early Monday. So there's that cold front that I'm talking about for tomorrow, and that's going to continue to advance. Upper 50s, low 60s Orient, but you know, West Hampton, remember we talked about that being in the 40s, just a heads up there. Depending on where you are, you may need a heavier jacket for sure. 62 New York City, something lighter will suffice. 60 in Somerville, 58 Montgomery. Afternoon temperatures low to mid 70s. I mean, mainly low 70s across much of the area. A little bit cooler as you head south. But if you're in New Jersey, Somerset, Middlesex County, even down in toward Monmouth, Ocean counties, maybe not so much Monmouth because it's closer to the coast. Speaking of which, there is a coastal advisory in parts of New Jersey. It looks like Ocean County until 3 p.m. now. Just a heads up. Overnight temperatures back down into the 50s, 60 Weehawken, and looking ahead, there's that cold front that I talked about late Friday night into early Saturday. A few sprinkles mainly north, though. And then this is the front we're really watching that could spell a few showers for that morning commute on Monday. And it's also going to be followed up with cooler conditions. Taking a look now, low to mid, even upper 70s between now and Saturday. Cooler conditions closer to where we should be on Sunday. And then temperatures really getting cool as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday. A chilly start by Wednesday. We'll send it over to Julie now.
Stacy Ann, thank you so much. 4:50, we're going to take a live look here at your Cross Bronx Expressway. Nice and quiet out there, just the way we like it, dark and early this morning. Moving along now to 95. We do have construction to let you know about. This is between exit 15 and exit 11.
Hey, good morning to you, and thank you so much for waking up with us right here on the PIX11 Morning News. I'm Vanessa Freeman.
And I'm Craig Treadway. We begin this morning with a look at your weather and your traffic. Julie Millay is checking on the roads for us in just a moment.
Ooh, look at the roads.
Not looking
You
good.
guys saw before I did that. Popped up behind
The
me. Yeah.
Go Nowhere Express.
Go nowhere. Well, hopefully the forecast is looking better, Stacy Ann.
I'm having PTSD from yesterday, all them traffic
I
lights.
heard you had quite the journey yesterday.
I didn't get home till like almost noon. I'm like, what's going on?
Oh my gosh.
Hopefully we turn the corner.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have. And just
Yeah.
said a prayer today. Just hopefully everybody gets to where they got to get to safely today. Certainly the weather won't hinder that from happening. Maybe a little bit of glare here and there, but that's about it. No rain to speak of. Upper 50s, low 60s, 63 degrees in New York City. 62 Farmingdale, 59 Islip, just to give you an idea, still 45 further east. Dew point temperatures not too far off. And if you notice, 45, that's a temperature reading, right? Dew point temperatures is at 43 right now. So if it goes down any more, you may even see some patchy fog further eastern locations. And even some areas where you see 50s, where temperatures are pretty close to the dew points, as it cools, there is a chance for fog. So we're going to keep an eye on it. And you couple that with these winds that are pretty light, pretty still, it's going to aid in keeping that fog there, nothing to mix it out. So we're going to keep a close eye on things for you. 63 degrees if you're waiting at the bus stop this morning with your little one, about 63. Cloudy to start, but then by the afternoon we'll have some sunshine. Partly cloudy conditions, low 70s. Now we're going to get an update on the Gowanus with Julie Millay.
What caused the problem? Yeah, we need to get to the bottom of that one.
Yes, we do.
All right. Time to get another quick look at our weather with meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden.
All right, Craig, Vanessa, we're off to a good start. Cool one, but certainly comfortable. When you wake up, it's like comfortable sleeping weather when you wake up this morning, certainly. And when you make your way outside, I would definitely have a sweater at least to start your day. Temperatures are in the low 60s. Here at Central Park, we're at 63, 58% humidity. The clouds are still kind of winning the battle here, but not for long. Winds are already shifting gears, becoming more southeasterly this time yesterday. We were like more east-northeasterly, so it's going to come around. Expected foliage again. We're partial to patchy across the New York City metro area, Nassau, Suffolk, but then further north and west you go, and even in toward New England, much better coloring. For us, early November is what we're looking at for peak time. Early to late, even mid-October, points north of the city. Air quality, we're at 48, so looking good, and pollen levels are low to medium. So UV index not bad. We'll be at 4. We'll get some sunshine. Here's a look at the next 3 days. Temperatures low to mid, even upper 70s through the rest of the week. Now let's look.
But yeah, for the Libras out there, it's not too late. You
Not
know,
too
celebrate the Libras.
I gotta get one of those for either Linus or Lucy.
Yeah,
That'd
or
be good.
both.
Yeah, or
They
both.
appreciate it.
Because they got the same birthdays, right? Kind of,
Yeah.
sort of.
Well, my wife's birthday is coming up.
Oh, there you go.
maybe that's
Pull out
better.
all the stuff.
Oh, yeah. Especially if she's a Kevin Bacon fan, she'll love that.
Yes.
She likes jewelries better.
Oh,
Jewelries.
okay. Well, you got to hop to it. Start doing your shopping now.
Open up the wallet.
Take a look at what's happening. We get to the flashing lights with Julie in just a second. Satellite and radar quiet conditions. Wind still off of the ocean. And when you couple the fact that we have right now it's a new moon, or we're getting ready for that, as well as the onshore flow. There may be some coastal issues in Ocean County, New Jersey. That's until 3 p.m., that advisory, by the way. Taking a look at the high pressure system, we have that clockwise flow that's going to allow for winds to shift gears. And we're also paying close attention to our tropical satellite here. The tropics are heating up. Now, this not necessarily on NOAA's radar, but I just wanted to point your attention to it because this time of year, you know, sometimes we get these storms that actually develop somewhere in the Gulf. So we have some clusters that we're going to continue to watch closely. But a couple things. We got Kirk, we got Leslie, and of course now a well-defined eye. We were looking at overshooting cloud tops that was preventing us from seeing the actual eye formation, but it has since become well-defined. And of course we have a strong convection there, but it did reduce in speed, and we'll talk about that. Also Leslie, a little bit more disorganized than Kirk, but may actually follow the same path in the coming days. 120 mile per hour maximum sustained winds. It was at 125 before this recent update. Moving northwest, 10 miles per hour. It's also slowed down in forward speed. You know what that means. Now, it could actually become well, it is a major hurricane, but it could actually become a Cat 4 hurricane. We'll see how it develops because we'll have a lower wind shear and be churning over very warm waters. So we'll continue to update you on that. Leslie, max sustained winds, 40 miles per hour, moving west, 6 miles per hour. Very similar pattern will stay in the Atlantic over the open waters, but could become a Category 2. And next storm on the list, by the way, is Milton. So we're going to pay close attention to that. And these are our storm names so far, or how much we've gotten, I should say. Major storms 3, hurricane 7, named storms 12. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Warming up into the 70s for the next few days, and then cooler conditions to chill will be back early to midweek. We'll send it over to Julie now. What's going on the LIE now?
A little bit of a chill. Well, I don't know if we call it a chill on the LIE.
Why they chose Rugrats?
Yeah, right?
You know?
Well, because it was so popular, right?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
Maybe it'll be a start of something with some of the other.
And nostalgia is big right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's into nostalgia.
You never know.
Yeah.
All right.
And we want the other, the Gen Alphas and the, what is it? The Zs. There's Z and Alpha now.
Yeah.
Can't keep up with all of them to experience what we experience.
That means we're getting older.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's all good.
I'm just an OG. That's what I am.
Yeah.
That's what we aspire to be.
Is that what it is? Okay.
I think you transcend.
That's the goal.
All right.
That's about transcending.
You know that means old geezer.
It is a gift to get older.
Yes, it is. It means more wisdom. How about that? All right, so here's what's happening. Coastal flood advisory. Beautiful shot here in the city. Let me preface by saying that. Okay. No umbrella needed. No rain gear whatsoever for the time being. Not until like early Monday. But coastal flood advisory until 3 p.m. today. That encompasses Ocean County. So you have the new moon. You have minor flooding possible. You have a little bit of that onshore flow, which will change throughout the course of the day. It'll be more of a southwest breeze. So that's going to set to expire around 3 p.m. So satellite and radar, otherwise dry conditions will remain that way. Let's take a closer look at that high. That's going to allow for that southwesterly flow to kick in. There's that cold front. We're tracking it as well, and that will eventually mean more added clouds, but it'll be a drier type of front moving through, not really spelling much moisture, and mainly well north of the city. Low 60s across the board. Lodi, if you're in Newark, New Jersey. 63 in New York City. We've gone up. Right? 62 Farmingdale, 59 Poughkeepsie. And look at the temperature change. We're already up a few degrees in White Plains, New York City, and other locations. We're down now, current visibility. Keeping an eye on that. Sending it over to Julie with a look at Route 3 and the rest of your traffic.
The PIX11 Traffic Report, presented by Ford.
Yeah, she's ready.
It's crazy. We used to watch Rugrats. Now we have Rugrats of our own. Time flies.
Oh, my gosh.
What's happening with this forecast? Thursday, Friday Eve.
Yes.
Oh,
At
my
that.
gosh. You just reminded me.
Yep.
We got over the hump, and now
did.
the weekend is in our sight. You can
Downhill.
see it. Good. It's going down. That's not until next week, but it's going uphill. Temperatures are going up right now. Temperatures are in the 60s. Chelsea, Corona, Fort Lee, 64. Rye, a little bit cooler, and winds are pretty light. At times, you may notice some areas of fog. It's not going to be quite dense. There are no advisories or anything. The only dense fog advisory I see on our map is way out in Pennsylvania. Upper 60s, low 70s. That's what we can expect if you're in Corona or headed to Corona, Chelsea, Fort Lee, and Rye, a little bit cooler. So maybe a struggle in some locations, especially south-facing shores. Taking a look, overnight temperatures back down to the 50s and 60s. Here's a look at your 3-day forecast. Temperatures climbing to unseasonable norms. It's going to be a warmer than normal right through Saturday, followed by a cool down next week. But you know what? If you're headed to the game, it's game 1. It's going to be the Yankees and the Royals. The playoff begins. Division series, 73 degrees at the first pitch. So it looks like it's going to be a great day for baseball. Sending it over to Julie Millay now. What's going on at the Gowanus?
We still got flashing lights out here on the Gowanus Expressway. Stacy Ann at 5:45 this morning.
Has a lot more inner strength than outside.
That's great, and that's it.
Yeah.
His physical, the physique is really symbolic of his ability to persevere, mind over matter.
All right.
And with that, the news at 6 starts right now.
Live. Today is October 3rd. I'm Craig Treadway.
Good morning. I'm Vanessa Freeman. On this Thursday, you're never more than 10 minutes away from a look at your weather and traffic. Julie Millay watching the roads and the rails, and meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden filling us in on our Friday Eve forecast. So far, nice and clear start. It looks great out there. 63 degrees.
Yeah, just about. Sunrise time, 6:55-ish. So we're not too far along, less than an hour. We'll start to see things brighten up and, you know, get rid of some of those clouds as the day wears on. So I'll look at our satellite and radar dry conditions. We just have this one minor note, coastal flood advisory for Ocean County in case we have any property there. And that, you know, consider we have the new moon and we also have a little bit of the onshore wind, not so much looking like it's onshore, but you get my drift. There could be a little slight half foot above normal kind of inundation. Just a heads up. That's until 3 p.m. So that's nothing major. Right now we got temperatures in the upper 50s, low 60s across the board. Chillier further east. Now 44 degrees in West Hampton. So we did drop a degree. So some 44 degree readings certainly possible, as you can see there. That's your dew point. And also with the temperature readings being almost equivalent, could have some fog to have to contend with. And look at that. Winds are pretty calm. So that's aiding in allowing that to happen. School day forecast 60s, but 70s by the afternoon. Sending it over to Julie Millay with an update on the Gowanus.
The PIX11 traffic report presented by Ford.
Good morning. We are still dealing with this crash near exit 23 westbound of the Gowanus Expressway here. You can see on this map causing delays in.
Thank you so much for your report. 6:09 on this Thursday morning. Let's look outside. Check that weather with meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden.
All right, guys. Thanks, Vanessa. Thanks, Craig. And yeah, look behind me. Beautiful scenery. I mean, the water's still. That is the East River. You got the UN there. And it's a nice, clean picture. No rain to speak of. You can even look closely and take a look at the breaks in the clouds. 63 degrees, Central Park. Humidity at 67%. The winds are pretty light and calm. Air quality good and will be good throughout the afternoon. Taking a look at our pollen levels, we're low to medium, so nice reprieve there, so no issues concerning that. And UV index, nice at 4, so you will get some sunshine. I'd still bring the sunglasses along for the ride because it was similar yesterday, and I noticed traveling along, especially in the morning hours heading east or west, it didn't even matter. You had some sun glare issues to have to contend with. Here's a look at the next 3 days. Temperatures in the 70s and overnight lows 50s and 60s. Now we'll look at the crossings with Julie Millay. What can you tell us?
I can tell you that.
All right, that's Rashad Hudson reporting from Washington. Thank you, Rashad. All right, time for another check of traffic and weather. Traffic anchor Julie Millay standing by with more on the commute. Now the New Jersey Turnpike looks a lot better than the Gowanus this morning.
Oh, my goodness. And the LIE.
Yeah,
New Jersey's looking pretty good this morning.
Okay.
That's always good news, especially Route 3.
Yeah.
All right. Meteorologist Stacy Ann Gooden ready to go with our Friday Eve forecast.
Ready to go, yeah. And also an update on the tropics. But the only thing we got going on right now, high pressures are going to keep us nice and warm. Temperatures rising into the 70s. Some areas, south-facing shores, may struggle to get to 70. But there may even be some mid-70s in New Jersey. Wanted to point your attention to tropical satellite here. As you can see, things have quieted down since Helene. However, we're tracking these clusters here of showers and storms that usually this time of year can develop into something. Right now, it's not on NOAA's radar, but as far as our satellite and radar is concerned, our tropical satellite, it's a little bit active, so we're going to keep an eye on things. Now, speaking of eye, a well-defined eye when it comes to Hurricane Kirk, as you can see there, smaller than Helene, but definitely a punch. Fortunately, not expected to make landfall. It's more like the fish storm that'll just stay out in open waters. But as you can see, churning in a well-defined eye, very organized. Now, Leslie, not as organized, but starting to get its act together. As it follows a similar path as Kirk, it may not be as strong. And this is what I'm talking about. Check this out. Not only does it have max sustained winds of 120, it could actually reach a strong Cat 4 sometime today into tomorrow. Moving northwest 10 miles per hour. And this is a timeline here. So as early as this afternoon or even late morning, it'll continue out and just curve out to sea toward Europe. But we're going to keep an eye on things. As I mentioned, that upwelling that'll happen. That means that cold waters from the bottom will actually make its way to the surface. So it'll provide a cooler environment for Leslie. And what we need for these strongs to really ignite and strengthen is warm ocean waters. So because it's going to be cooler, may get to a Cat 2 at best, and then we'll continue on that similar path. And there we go. Here is a look at the next name on the list. That's Milton. And so far we had about 3 major hurricanes, so we're going to add Kirk to the list. As a matter of fact, we anticipate 7-day forecast, temperatures well into the 70s, cooler, a little bit chilly as we head into next week. Look at the turnpike now with Julie.
Stacy Ann, that's right. 6:20 now. We're going to take a look here.
Nerves of steel.
I'll tell you what.
Man.
I couldn't do it.
No, nor could I.
No. Over on the edge over there.
Yeah. Speaking of on the edge, the traffic today. What's going on? It was actually looking pretty good earlier.
It was. We have a few incidents going on out in the roads. New Jersey's looking good right now.
Okay.
We are following a couple of things on the Guana and the LIE right now. But you gotta stay tuned.
Okay, we'll definitely stay
the
tuned for that.
tease.
And what about this weather?
Yeah, speaking of the edge, well, we have. It just made sense.
It does.
Because, yeah, these temperatures, man, we're on like the cusp of like feeling like spring almost by this afternoon. We got a little bit of everything for everyone. Feel like cold temperatures head east. I mean, West Hampton, it's still in the 40s. And then some areas across much of the region, 50s and 60s. Ocean County, New Jersey, yeah, we stop that coastal flood advisory. You figure the new moon, you have winds. It's at times coming off of the waters. It's creating tides, half-foot inundation possible during times of high tides. So look at our satellite and radar. We're dry. We're going to stay dry for the time being. Cold front, that's going to come through for tomorrow night into Saturday. Really not going to spell much, only maybe some clouds. That's it. That high will keep us dry and also keep those temperatures coming from the south up here. So temperatures are in the 60s across the board for now. I'll tell you what's in store for the remainder of the day and even into the week. We'll send it over to Julie Millay now with some issues. We'll talk about that.
The PIX11 Traffic Report, presented by Ford.
Yards. The Olympic skateboarder completed several thrilling tricks, all with one of the most breathtaking backdrops and frightening.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely
talk about on
frightening.
the edge.
Whew, man.
And also like familiarity, because they built this for him. It's not something that he's used to. So like the whole thing.
He had to trust.
Yeah, that's a lot of trust and talent, which he has. So way to go, Zion.
And
Can't
nerves.
wait to see what you do
Got
next.
some nerves there.
All right, 6:40. Let's look outside safely. The comfort of our own homes, right?
On the ground.
Take us to the sky, Stacy Ann.
That's what we want. On the ground for now. Of course, higher up, it's a bit cooler. But right here, the surface, temperatures in the 50s and 60s. If you're in Rye, 59. But then look at that stark contrast. Chelsea, 63, as well as Corona, Fort Lee, 64. Winds are pretty light. And by this afternoon, mainly low 70s across the New York City metro area. A few mid-70-degree readings, not out of the question. And then some areas may struggle just a little bit, especially south-facing shores. Let's take a look now. We'll have some sunlight during the afternoon hours for sure, so grab sunglasses. Just enjoy the day because it's going to be beautiful. But by tonight, we'll be in the 50s and 60s, and it looks good for the next 3 days and for the game on Saturday. Julie, what can you tell us?
6:41, Stacy Ann, thank you so much.
Okay, well, Merriam-Webster is back with 200 more words they've added to their dictionary.
Okay, so Gen Z has influenced this list yet again.
Of
Some
course.
words added here come from social media. So one of the big ones was FIP. It's FYP, FIP. So this means For You page.
What?
For You page. So that's like that's like your feed. On like your timelines for Instagram, Facebook. That's what I think.
So you tell someone to check your FIP,
TikTok.
they won't slap you.
TikTok.
Okay.
That's the TikTok page.
Okay.
Excuse me. So the official definition was a social media feed that contains personalized content for the viewer. Okay. Touch grass. That refers to doing activities in the real world without technology. Touch grass. So there's also Nepo baby. You know, that's now a noun, and it's a person who gains their success through family connections. So nepotism, Nepo baby.
Okay, street corn, burrata, and capicola were all food words added as well.
Street corn? What's street? Right, street corn? Y'all don't know what street corn? That's new, street corn?
Yeah, they need to check my FIP. They can, you know, got nothing but still corn on my FIP.
Or do you say FYP?
I think it's
FYP.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
So,
I went back and forth.
I think it's more of an
FYP.
like an acronym or something.
Yeah.
Right. So like check your FYP.
Yeah.
But I like FIP though. That's actually a thing. It sounds like it's a thing.
I'm still struggling with meme or mem or meme or whatever. GIF? Yeah, that too.
GIF.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Speaking of struggling, we got some struggle temperatures, depending on where you are.
That was a good one. Very good.
Yeah, it was like really struggling in, I'd say, eastern end of Long Island with temperatures in the 40s. So some locations you may need the extra layer. I'm telling you, maybe like a winter coat when you look at things. In the grand scheme, though, by this afternoon, it's going to warm up nicely thanks to this high pressure system. There's going to be more of a return flow. And it's going to allow for those winds to shift gears, becoming more south-southwesterly. And that's ahead of this cold front. Don't be scared by this front, because as it continues to advance, it will maybe bring along some added clouds. Any showers, looks like it'll stay well to our north. We're not too concerned about that. And that's for tomorrow night into Saturday, by the way. I'll let you know if anything changes. Upper 50s, low 60s, 60 Poughkeepsie, 58 Spring Valley, Ossining, 59. And there's a look at things. Farmingdale, 61 degrees, and New York City, 63. Now it looks like when you make out the contouring here, we went from that bright blue to green. So temperatures are already warming across eastern Long Island, more like the 50s, and will continue to do so throughout the course of the day as the sun continues to rise. Now, sunrise time, by the way, is 6:55. So low 70s, generally speaking. Some areas, especially eastern Long Island, south-facing shores along the Jersey Shore, may struggle to get to 70, but it's still going to be a nice day any way you slice it. Temperatures in the 50s tonight, comfortable conditions, no rain gear needed. There is that high, and that's going to continue to push further offshore, and that's going to allow for that wind flow to shift. And there's that cold front that I'm talking about. So looks good for the rest of the week into the weekend. This is that next system that I'm talking about, and that could yield some showers early morning hours on Monday. Don't be too concerned about what you see further north. All that snow will stay there. Let's take a look now at the 7-day forecast. Low to mid, even upper 70s between now and the weekend. Great for pumpkin picking, apple picking, any outdoor activities. Go ahead. Do them. It's going to be a great one. Chill returns. Some of the coolest temperatures we've seen so far this season by Wednesday. We're going to take a look at the FDR Drive now with Julie Millay.
This weather report